mes keliamės į University College Absalon, tai yra Danijos universitetas ir Nerijau porą žodžių apie jį ir tada jau pasižiūrėsim, ką jie sako.
Tai puikus universitetas, tai tų žodžių daug nereikės, turbūt aš manau, kad tiesiog įdėmiai paklausykit, galbūt labiau akcentuos vieną iš programų, bet visumoje programų yra daugiau, tai taip, kad įdėmiai paklausykit, o po to, kada baigsis, galbūt turėsit kažkokių įvairių klausimų, tai vat pabandysim pakalbėti visom tom temom.
Tai apie Danijos universitetą, dėmesio į ekraną ir paskui klausimai.
Hi, and welcome to this presentation. My name is Lone Hoelgaard, and I'm from the Communications Department of University College Absalon in Denmark. Today I will introduce you to our two international programs, a Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology, which takes 3.5 years, and the International Honors Degree in Teaching, Teacher Education, which takes 4 years. And I will move on here. First of all, shortly, in Denmark, we are placed in the great island called Zealand. It's the same island as also Copenhagen is situated at, and our two campuses with international programs is placed in the cities Kalundborg, here to the left, and Vordingborg. As you can see, it's a bit outside the big cities. We are situated in smaller communities, and Absalon in general is placed in 7 different campuses. But as told, the international programs is in Kalundborg and Vordingborg, both 1.5 hour from drive from Copenhagen. First, I will introduce you to the Bachelor of Engineering in Biotechnology. The special thing about this education is that it's a newer education placed in Kalundborg. And the reason we have this biotech education in Kalundborg is that Kalundborg in Scandinavia and Denmark, and also broad known as the biotech city of Denmark. We have a huge concentration of big world-leading companies, but also small innovative companies working within the biotech industry. And the reason we are doing education in this place is that the companies need your competences within this field. There will be a need for biotech engineers now, there already now, but also in the future. So with this education, you have really good opportunities of getting a job within this biotech industry. The special thing is also that the industry is close-knit to the education. So you will meet the companies during the whole education. They are also helping us making the education, preparing our students to the future and the needs of the companies. So you will meet the companies all the way, and I will tell you even more about that. What is also very special about biotechnology in Kalundborg is that we have the world's first industrial symbiosis. It means that these companies are not just making their stuff and wasting resources. They are actually transporting what's waste for one company is pushed on to another company as a resource. And that's a huge network within this industry, and it's a very interesting thing. And we have delegations from all over the world coming to Kalundborg to see how this is done, because it takes a huge cooperation between the companies, but we have made it work in Kalundborg. So as you can see, energy, water, and other materials are floating and circulating around in the companies. Yeah, and biotechnology, just to get an idea of what you can work with, there's a wide range of areas actually, but it could be within the food technology, it could be beer brewing, meat brewing, but a lot of other things. It could be something involving enzymes, it could be wastewater treatment. We have a huge cooperation with Kalundborg Utility, which have some modern facilities within wastewater treatment. We have this pharmaceutical science is a huge thing in Kalundborg as well. I will get into that. And yeah, it could also be around the environmental chemistry, energy optimization, etc. So yeah, you better prepare for the future here. Here I have brought the semester overview to give you an idea about the subjects you will meet at this education. And what you can see is also that most of the semesters are built with some white boxes. This will be the theoretical part, but it's also applied to a project in most of the semesters. Projects are usually and typically involving a biotech company who has a real a case you should solve. You will meet the companies perhaps as a start of the project. Sometimes it's like supervisors during the project. You might go and visit the company along the way, and you will get this idea of using the theory in a real situation. So the projects are a way to connect the dots of the subjects to a real how can you use it out there. We have a lot of lab work as well. We have model laboratories that you will use during this education as well. So so you're well prepared for your job in the future. There will be an engineering internship a whole semester where you go out in one of the companies we are cooperating with. And at the bachelor project, you will also typically cooperate with a company. So this gives you a lot of points where you meet the companies. And for a lot of our students, it is also the way to a student job or to the job on the other side as well. You can read more about the subjects on our webpage. Yeah, then I just brought the logo party, as I call it. This is to show some of our cooperators, the companies we have just around us. And it is also to show that you might have seen some of the names before. Novo Nordisk, producing 50% of the world's insulin in Kalundborg. We have Equinor, a huge refinery. We have Novozymes, also a world-leading enzyme manufacturer. But we also have the little companies like Musicon, where it's a little one-man company producing beer. So you also get this idea of the little scale, because that is the way you can see, okay, but what will happen then when we upscale for a world-leading company, to get you the practical dimensions as well. And then we have little innovative companies which are making really interesting projects for the future as well. Yeah, another way to meet companies during the way and preparing you for your further career is that we have this mentor program with the companies. It's an offer for our third semester and fifth and sixth semester students. At the third semester, you will be offered a mentor in the industry, a newly graduated engineer who you will be able to contact and meet with around student life, career opportunities, what academic choices, for example, in the electives, should I make if I want to go this way, etc. And when you are on the fifth or sixth semester, the mentor will be a more experienced engineer, and you will be closer to this. Should I get a job? Should I take further studies, etc.? And they can help you on that on the way. So shortly about the education, you start on 1st of September. Today we have around 20 nationalities on our little campus. And as you can see, maximum 40 students per class. That means we have a little close-knit community where we know each other. The teachers know you by name, and you will talk to the teachers by name because we do that in Denmark. It's very dialogue-based, and we work a lot in groups because the teamwork thing is a Danish way of working. We have to cooperate to make great solutions. And then we have a lot of hands-on and lab work in this education for you to get an idea of what you actually, it's not just theory here. But of course you have to get the theory straight as well. Then we have the internship on the 6th semester, as told. It's often paid, but we cannot guarantee it. It's very up to the company. Yeah, it's a very good way to get your way into biotech companies and learn the whole work environment in Denmark to know. Our teacher staff and the staff is a mix of both international and Danish highly qualified teachers who a lot of them have worked in the industry themselves. And sometimes you will also meet guest lecturers from the biotech industry in Kalundborg. Is it something for you? Yeah, I wouldn't know, but I would say if you think math is interesting and you're willing to learn to program, because you will do that also, you are prepared that English will be a part of your everyday life. But remember, we have a lot of international students, and for most of us, it is our second language. So in that way, you don't have to be perfect at English, but of course you will have to get used to speaking it every day. And then you will come along with that. Yeah, and then you want to be the problem solver of the future, because that's what an engineer do. And then it's a tough study. You have to work for it. You have to invest a lot of hours in the studies and not think that you can work a whole week beside of studying. Then you will have a tough time. As you can see, the workload is expected to about 41 hours. A lot of people will have a lot of time spent on campus in group work, etc., when there's no classes. Jobs, you can go directly to a job after this education, or you can move forward to a master's degree. And this is just to show how the minimum wage at the moment is set in Danish. In a Danish perspective, and that means, of course, before taxes, we have higher taxes than most others. But just to give you an idea, we just opened our brand new campus. As I told you, we started in 2017, and we did that in some borrowed spots in the city. But now we have built our own campus. It's brand new laboratories, new facilities, new student lounge, etc. The railway is right next to campus, so you can go directly to Copenhagen, Roskilde, or whatever. And our view is actually directly to the biotech industry. The huge world-leading companies are our neighbors. We have our own canteen now, an environment where the students can be all together, also with the other educations around campus. We built this environment together, the student environment. We have some nice tradition, but we also develop them along the way together with the students. We have introduction days at the study start. We have a tradition for a summer get-together where it's both teachers and students, because we have a really close community. Sometimes we have a Christmas dinner with different Christmas specialities from around the globe. But it could also just be board games, Friday bar, or get together Easter dinner. There's a lot of possibilities. Yeah, I'll move quickly on to the International Honors Degree in Teaching. It's a 4-year program, and it's a Bachelor of Education. It is called an honors degree because you get more ECTS than a normal bachelor, and therefore it's an honors degree in teaching. You specialize in 4 teaching subjects, of which one of them will be English. And during this education, you have 3 teaching experiences in which one of them will be abroad, internships. You have a possibility of international exchange as well, so you can actually mix this education to give it even more international potential. Yeah, and the classes, we work in classes, not in huge auditoriums. We are little classes, where we have a high level of personal attention. And at the engineering program, we work a lot on teamwork, group work, dialogue-based, and you will meet that on the teacher's education as well. And then we have a lot with innovation. I will not go through this, but it's to give you an idea of the semesters. As you can see at the beginning, you will have a lot of general information on the teacher's education. Oh, I can move my picture perhaps. But you will also have the English as your first subject, because it's so important that you get a hold of the English part. As you can see, you start a teaching subject on each spring semester, third semester. You can see a teaching subject, and then it's continued on the next semester. So you have like one teaching subject a year on this education, preparing you for international schools and an international future. You choose 3 minors, and that's because we already have the English part. You can see some of the English subjects offered, the minors offered: science, history and social geography, physical education and health, German. And when we have these religious studies, arts, it depends a lot on how many will choose these subjects. Will they be a reality on that during the education? And then we have an offer on mathematics, which is actually studied on a partner university in the south of Sweden, if you would like that. Yes. Here you can see the teaching experience, the internship. You have 3. On the first year, you will visit a local Danish schools in subjects where, of course, you will speak in English. You will go abroad to an international school, or a special local school in Denmark is also a possibility. And on the third year, it will be an international school in Denmark, because that's what you're preparing to teach on, an international school with different cultures, etc. You have the possibility of international exchange during this education. You can take a semester abroad, where you take a teaching subject, and we have partner universities, a lot of places, and you can contact us if you want to know more about that. And you can also do, and then you have this teaching experience, the internship abroad, where you can go to international schools, etc. We have a list of schools. You can contact us to hear more. In Vordingborg, it's also a little city, just like Kalundborg. It's smaller cities, but again, it makes this, we say hi on the street experience about it. We know each other. It's small, safe environments. In Vordingborg, as well as in Kalundborg, there's a lot of group work meetings. There's a Friday bar as well. And actually, because it's a teacher education, and there's also Danish pedagogue education, on this campus, we also have school band, there's theater, and IT things you can work with. There's different sorts of sports. It depends a lot on what the students are into during the years. But we have really nice facilities both inside and outside for these. Yeah, and there's tradition for a ballroom, semester start party. Actually, Vordingborg has been the host for Absalon Football Cup at some years, inviting all 7 campuses to go and play football against each other in Vordingborg. Yeah, so a lot cozy things are happening in Vordingborg. In Vordingborg, there's also student dorms. I didn't get to tell that. In Kalundborg, there is that as well. In Kalundborg, difference being that in Kalundborg we have a whole new dorm, a new Kalundborg-kollegiet. It's a private thing where you can live with other young students. Here in Vordingborg, it's actually Absalon who's having these dorms. But you will be able to read more about that in our webpage. Yeah, and then just to say, in Denmark, we are known for nice nature. little environments where we get together. We have this safe community. We feel pretty safe in Denmark. That's also what we hear from our international students. Also during Corona time, we were probably one of the safest experienced countries to live in, and still are, and still is. We have what we call hygge, where we get together and have a nice time and hang out, drink coffee or hot chocolate, also when it's raining and it's Danish weather in the autumn. So yeah, that's what we are known for in Denmark. We hope you would like to experience us as well. Admission deadlines for international for foreign exams, 15th of March, that's important. So even though you are not starting before September, it's 15th of March, which is the important date. Go into this, you can see it on our webpage, but optagelse.dk, where you seek videregående uddannelse and further education, it's called. Yeah, and if you might have any questions after this, please contact our admissions office. They will help you. Yeah, don't hesitate. There's a telephone number, but always welcome to write us an email. Then we will apply as fast as possible. I hope you got an idea of our two educations, two very different educations, and that you would like to explore what's Absalon about. We hope to see you in Kalundborg or Vordingborg if you have an interest in biotechnology, great career opportunities, or if you are interested in Vordingborg and the teacher's education, getting this international view and Danish way of teaching under the skin. Have a nice day.
Grįžtame mes į Išsilavinimas ir karjera 2021. Studijos Danijoje. Tokia tema. Nerijau, kiek populiaru lietuviams, studentams, moksleiviams rinktis studijas šitoje šalyje?
Tai aš sakyčiau, kad Danija tikrai yra populiari šalis ir tikrai tikiu, kad jūsų tarp yra ne vienas, tiek televizijos žiūrovai, transliacijos, tiek gyvai esančių žmonių, kad Danija tikrai vienas iš tų pasirinkimų pakankamai dažnų radarė būrant 12-okų.
Galim paklausti žmonių, ne? Vat, pavyzdžiui, pakelkite ranką, kas iš jūsų svarstot apie studijas Danijoje. Yra tokių, kurie svarstytų, kuriem įdomu. 3 žmonės, 4 drąsiai, 5 pusiau. Tai vat jiem ir pasakysi.
Ir labai įdomus toks dalykas yra, žinot, turbūt pats pagrindinis dalykas atėjęs, kada kalba konsultacijų metu apie Daniją, tai tikrai visi žino, kad yra nemokamas mokslas. Tai dar kartą galiu patvirtinti, kad mokslas Danijoje yra absoliučiai nemokamas, tiek bakalauras, tiek magistras, bet tarptautiniai studentai Danijoje moka iš tikrųjų pakankamai daug ir jeigu tą sužinotume, tai kainuoja metam 9 000 eurų per metus.
Tai kaip jisai nemokamas, bet to pačiu jisai...
Čia yra tarptautiniam studentam. Kadangi mes esame ES piliečiai, tai mūsų mokslas Danijoje yra nemokamas. O tie, kurie atvažiuoja, pavyzdžiui, iš Rusijos, iš Amerikos, iš Afganistano, metai mokslų kainuoja 9 000. Tai taip, kad nesusidarykit klaidingo įspūdžių, kad Danijoje mokslas yra labai labai pigus. Iš tikrųjų jis yra brangus, bet mums lietuviam yra palankios sąlygos, tai kad mes įgaunam nemokamai.